Yo, what's good, y'all? RCA here. Quick video for you guys. NBA 2K24 is upon us, and I'm going to be talking some offense today. The devs have blessed us. They listened, and they gave us a new freelance this year. So we're going to be playing some Play Now with the Bucks to go over how this freelance works and how I think it's going to change the game, especially for the competitive community. Now, you definitely don't have to be a comp player to run this freelance, but it is the more competitive style of play. Those of you that like to run the 5-out style, this is going to be definitely for you. So they put in a comp freelance. Now this freelance is going to be 5-out based, and it's going to allow you to have players just standing still in a 5-out scenario on the wing, allowing you to have open 3-point shots if you kick out. But now you can drive and dish, drive and score. You make sure you put your coaching settings. You go down to your coaching settings and you put team cut to the basket on manual. If you're a competitive style player, you guys know that when you're getting defended, players can move their players out of position and make your players cut. Players will move for no reason, and you don't want them to do that. So we're going to put this team cut to the basket on manual. Now, I just want to see in this video, and this is going to be my first time seeing it as well, what happens when your players move. When you go to a certain spot on the court, are they going to replace themselves? When you pick and pop, are they going to move and rotate around? So we're going to be going through that stuff and just seeing and diagnosing exactly how the comp freelance works from a basketball standpoint, but actually how that's going to transition to a competitive 2K style. So let's get into the game and see how it works. All right, so now the first thing you want to do is hit right on the D-pad, hit freelance, and select comp. So when I select the comp freelance, let's see what they do right away. Brook Lopez is standing at the top of the key, so maybe I have to hit a passing screen away. They'll move out of the way, and now we have our 5-out scenario. Now, they should not move. They should stay right in that spot and allow me to do what I'm doing. Even if the double team comes, I'm just allowed to do what I'm doing and go to the basket. All right, now on a transition scenario, when I just get the ball off the rebound, you see Chris Middleton's calling for the ball. Do we get directly into a 5-out? Let's see what happens. Brook Lopez goes to the corner. We got my boy Grayson Allen right there on the right side. Now, when I move to the right, you see Grayson Allen moves. He moves to clear out a spot for me. So when you get into their position, they're going to clear out and get to the other open position on the court. So I just moved to Grayson Allen's spot on the wing, and then he replaced and went to the center or the top of the key. Now, is this going to be something that affects you negatively in a competitive game? They are still moving. They are going to move out of your way. So that may be good. That may not be good. All right, off of a made basket, we're going to get the ball back to Giannis, come up the court. Let's see where the players initially start to go. Brook Lopez is on the right wing. Drew Holiday is in center at the top of the key. Now, if I head over to the corner, what is Grayson Allen going to do? If I head over to the corner, Grayson Allen replaces and goes to the left wing. If I go over back to the left wing, Grayson Allen moves out and goes corner. So they do move and replace, which is actually pretty good. Now, you got to think about it. While they're moving and replacing, they are moving. So that is going to affect you. Maybe double teams can come if you're playing competitive style. When you're driving to the basket, you do have to watch your driving angles because the players are not just going to stand still. That's what it looks like. They're going to replace you and get back to a 5-out scenario. All right, let's talk a little bit more about how that's going to look and how that may affect the game in a more competitive style play. So now we're coming to the court. We got the center court to ourselves. Brook Lopez on the left, Grayson Allen on the right. If I drive right, and I go to Grayson Allen's spot, he's going to replace. So he's going to move. If I go to the corner, Chris Middleton is going to clear out. Now double team comes. So he does cut. So you do have to know when you move to a certain spot, your players are going to move. All right, so quick replay here. Got the ball with Giannis. As soon as we start heading right, we get into Grayson Allen's spot. He's going to clear out. Right? When that clear out happens, you have 5-out again. Now, this is both good and bad. They are still moving. They're not going to just stand in one spot. So you just have to know that competitive style players, when you move to a certain player's position on the court, if you're standing right next to them, they are going to move. Once again, we start heading towards the corner and we go towards Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton can no longer just stand there. He has to move. So he clears out. Notice the whole offense starts to rotate, which is good in basketball. In basketball sense, this should happen. In 2K, he's cutting, even though you told him it's on manual not to cut. That could be good or bad, depends on how you want to play. That's an open pass right there, but now they're double teaming me. When they double team me, the players start to move around a little bit how they normally would. But Chris Middleton is still going to get himself back into a 5-out scenario. He was just clearing out so that Giannis could have that right side. You just have to know if you go right next to a player, they are going to clear out and they are going to rotate just like real basketball would. All right, now let's run Drew Holiday with Giannis in some pick and roll action and see what happens on the pick and roll. Giannis rolls to the basket. After he rolls to the basket, he clears right back out to get himself back onto the wing, which is a good thing. So we do it again, pick and roll. If the roll's there, you obviously throw the roll. If the roll's not there, Giannis is going to clear back out to a 5-out situation without you having to do anything additional. All right, now we're going to go pick and pop. And I want to see how pick and pop looks when you're doing it right next to somebody. So pick and pop with Brook Lopez. Pick and fade. When he fades, look how the spacing gets when he fades. I knew this was going to happen. So this is definitely one of the things I wanted to see what was going to happen with this freelance is what's going to happen with the pick and rolls and pick and pop. So we got Brook Lopez coming to set a screen on the right side, coming from his position on the right wing. After the screen is set, he pops to the left. Notice how Chris Middleton automatically slides himself out of the way so that Brook Lopez has opening for the pick and pop to receive the pass. But once that happens, we still have a 5-out, but it's not a balanced 5-out. It's an overloaded 5-out with 3 players all on one side. Nobody's in the center of the key, right? So this unbalances the 5-out, and it allows you to have, in a competitive scenario, somebody could just have Harrison Barnes right there and they'll be defending 2 players with 1. We don't want that kind of situation in a competitive style play, right? So what's going to happen is automatically the defense or the offense is going to move themselves to a balanced situation. Chris Middleton is coming to the top of the key. Drew Holiday is getting himself to the right wing. Grayson Allen's deep corner. And Giannis should be a little bit further deep corner, but he's in the corner right there. Now we have another 5-out situation, and I have the left wing occupied, which is good. So they automatically are going to do it for you. The offense is going to move. They're not going to just stay put, but they're going to put themselves in the best position to have that good 5-out spacing. And notice the spacing. Nobody is too far deep hash. Nobody is standing too far away, so they're close to the 3-point line to be able to hit shots. Because sometimes they stand too far out. As we get limitless range and things like that, I would love for the freelance to adapt to let the players back up a little bit more so that you have even more space to drive. But if their spacing is going to be this close, this allows the defense to play a more compact style defense or more spread style defense to allow like hedges and help on drives because they can get back to their assignment quicker. If the offense was able to step back a couple more feet, that would enable them to have more driving space because defense has to travel further to their assignment. So that's just something for 2K to look at, something for the comp community to look at. What's going to happen when these things start to get further, like in my team, when you have Hall of Fame limitless, but your players are still lining up right next to the 3-point line. So now it's kind of hurting your offense. If you know basketball, it just makes sense, right? All right, now let's look at some post scenarios. If I wanted to post up Keegan Murray right here, how would my team respond? First of all, double team's coming. Got to get that out of there. How would my team respond if I have a post up situation? They're going to clear out. Notice how Grayson Allen clears out of the corner so his man can't double team me. They're clearing out. They're doing a good job at that. All right, we got our post position. Notice that Malik Monk in this position could double team from the corner. The AI offense is smart enough to rotate and move Grayson Allen, replace his position to the wing, rotate everybody else over so that this double team from Malik Monk now has to come from top side instead of from baseline, which is easier to defend. And it just enables me to have more of a one-on-one option against Keegan Murray in the post, which is nice. I like that 2K did that. That's cool. So when I start backing him down, I have one-on-one. Unless Keegan Murray comes down, it's a further pass. It's harder for him to get back to his assignment. When I move back towards the top of the key, Grayson Allen is going to replace back to the corner because now I have more space in the middle to post one-on-one. Drew Holiday is going to replace and move, so just in case the double team comes in. Now, this is all happening without me having to do it. I can send anybody on a backcut if I wanted to with triangle, but I have the full post to myself. Everybody on the right side is staying put because I'm not on that side. The strong side, ball side right now is the left side. So that's where the player movement is happening because they want to give me the best spacing. And this is already in the game. This is my first time seeing this. I haven't talked to any devs. This is just me testing this out right now. All right, now let's test out some dribble handoff scenarios. I'm going to try to get some dribble handoffs, and I want to see how the offense reacts afterwards. So we got a dribble handoff with Jrue Holiday. Giannis was supposed to go the other way on this dribble handoff, and they're just running all over the place now. The dribble handoff, I'm not liking how it looks because it's not very fluid. The handoff needs to be a little bit more fluid than that in order for this to work. So the first handoff we tried to hit was right here. Giannis headed over to Jrue Holiday. We go to hit the dribble handoff. I'm holding circle already. What I would like for Jrue to do was wrap right around me and then Giannis replace his spot and we stay there. What happens is Giannis runs back to his position. So now we're running the same way. And this is kind of difficult to navigate on offense because now we're going the same direction off of the dribble handoff. And that's not conducive to what we want to be doing. We want Giannis to be staying and kind of creating like a pick situation where I'm wrapping around him. And I'm not sure why that's not happening in the situation. Now, usually if I'm in any other freelance, they would do that or any other play with that action in it. So let's try that again. We're going over with Chris Middleton. I'm holding circle right now. Chris should wrap around my body, but he stands there. I keep trying to go right. Now he's not. We're going to be going the same direction again. And that's making it very difficult for me to move. I'm trying to go left, but I know Jrue Holiday is going to go back left, so it makes it hard for the offense to be fluid. And now everybody else is moving. Dribble handoff. Everybody else is moving because now they're trying to replace. Because I moved. Giannis is trying to replace middle. Then he sees Chris Middleton coming back or Jrue coming back. Now he goes back. Brook Lopez goes to the corner. Brook Lopez tries to clear out and go opposite corner. Grayson Allen is coming back towards the top of the key. Now it's a lot of confusion and nobody's really standing in one spot on the dribble handoff, but we're going to try it again. It just needs to be way more fluid than that. What's happening is we're trying to do the handoff and they're just standing and Grayson's trying to go back to his spot. We don't want that to happen. What we do want to happen is this version. We take the dribble handoff. I start going around. Brook Lopez then goes the other way. That's the dribble handoff we want because it creates the better spacing. And that's what we were able to get to the basket right there. All right, so in a normal competitive setting, most players are going to be attacking from the top of the key. Trying to get space, trying to get you to the basket. And it's pretty good. As long as you don't go directly next to a player, your offense should stay spaced. But what happens is once you go near somebody, your players are going to start moving around. And that's when it becomes difficult. So hopefully that gets addressed. But overall, the 5-out offense or the comp offense is not bad. There's some other branches you can do off of it. This was just bare bones. Me showing how it is like out the box once you put it on. It was just a brief overview. I'll probably have more videos on it in the future. Let me know what you guys think about the Comp Freelance, man. I'll talk to y'all soon.